Hi, welcome back to It's Whatever, right? I'm your host, Jen. I do apologize for missing the last podcast. Put it out there. There is some shit going on at home, lately. I no longer live with anybody. I now live on my own. It's just me and my dog, Milo. Um, Soon to be getting a puppy to kind of fill the void at home. That is exciting. She should be coming home in the next week or so. So that'll be like super fucking exciting for when she comes home. Her name's going to be Bellatrix. Just like Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter. Um, I super love Harry Potter, and I was like, I'll go on a Harry Potter themed name for her. So in the past month or so, yeah, the past month now, um, because the person moved out today, so it's kind of lonely at home right now. So, yeah, with Bellatrix coming home, me officially living on my own. I have actually lived on my own once before I first moved out. Maybe 7 years ago this May. I only lived on my own for maybe about 5, 6 months. But at the same time, I was never actually alone. I think for a little bit I was, like for a couple days a week. But basically, I was either at my boyfriend's house or my boyfriend was over with me. So I mean, there was a day or two that we didn't sleep over each other's houses. And then eventually the apartment I got, it was kind of like, it was actually really, really cute. The apartment itself, a nice little bachelor apartment. I really enjoyed the layout and how it was. But it was kind of like it was like a triplex, so like the attic of a house. So one, it was constantly fucking hot in the middle of fucking summer. And the fact that it was like infested with like cockroaches, so I was like, ugh. So I got out of that. Um, and then I was on my own once again for only like 4 months, but again, I was always with somebody already slept over or I slept out. So this is gonna kind of be weird. Being an adult and finally living on my own. Um, to be honest, it was kind of like a tough, sorry about my voice. It's been a stressful month. Um, so I kind of feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit, or it's kind of like shitty. It's not COVID. I get tested like regularly, so it's all stress and whatnot. But anyways, so it's kind of been like kind of weird living on my own. It was kind of like a very, very hard choice to do. Um, but because of personal things between me and the person, um we're just going to live apart and then see how things go, and hopefully that, I don't know, it'd be like a huge a step for me as an adult. Um Not just financially, because everybody with this economy, it's very hard to live on your own, and keep up with your bills and debts, etc., and groceries and stuff like that. Um, but it is able to be done and has been done many times before where people do live by themselves, but we live in a COVID world, where that makes it very hard. But I'm lucky enough to have a job where we don't, like a job during the day, that I'm able to make an actual kind of a living, and then on the side hustle trying to hustle my way through this podcast and through art and writing. It's a very tough world to only have one major actual source of income. But I'm kind of lucky where my rent is actually very, very, very cheap. Well, it's not cheap, but it's cheap enough, cheaper than where you would, like, anywhere else for the same apartment is kind of expensive for what you get. And for me to have what I have in my apartment, which is like one bedroom. I did use, like, there is technically two rooms, but the second room there is like the furnace. I live in a basement of a house. Um, it has like the furnace and the water tank, so it's not really considered a bedroom. It's like a den kind of, but it was used as a bedroom. Um, to which I'm excited to make that a walk-in closet when I'm financially able to do so, and I'm excited to use that as like storage and a walk-in closet, because there really isn't any closets in this apartment at all. And there's laundry and utilities included in a backyard. There's street parking, which street parking is kind of lame, but can't really go wrong with the price. And it's really close to the grocery store and banks and whatnot. So, I mean, for the price, for being so, technically the apartment's cheap, so it can't really go wrong there. But today's podcast is mostly about money and like finances and how much fucking bullshit fucking money is. Like, we're always told that, like, money contradicts its fucking self. It fucking does. Many ways. People who say that money doesn't buy happiness, but, like, doesn't it though? Like, people who say money doesn't buy happiness is people who have money to just, like, throw around. You know what I mean? Like, they're sitting on a good fucking paycheck. They always have money left over, or they're multimillionaires or billionaires, where they're, like, comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, they're physically, financially able to go to work every day, or they're able to take a weekend off of work, take a couple days off and be like, it's whatever, fuck it. You know what I mean? But, like, when you don't have money, like, it's so fucking weird. Because, like, it goes two ways. So either you have money and you are comfortable and you are succeeding in your fucking life, money doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't bring happiness, right? But then at the same time, there are people who are homeless. I understand that you are homeless for many different reasons, either due to alcoholism, you're a drug addict, or you lost your job for whatever reason. There are many reasons why somebody is homeless. But at the same time, if you don't have money, you don't really miss it. And if you're physically able, like, some people are, like, so fucking good at managing money that they are actually able to live off of pretty much no money. You know what I mean? They're able to minimize all of their expenses. It's like minimalism. Like, minimalism, you pretty much minimize your clothes, your books, and your everything in your house, like minimalism, but for money. I have to give kudos to those people, because, like, I've been spending the past month trying to minimize my expenses, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. damn. Whoever, like, can do that, I have to give fucking kudos to you. But, like, how can somebody say that money doesn't bring happiness? Do you know what money does bring? It's a roof over your head. It's able to provide you with a home to live. It provides you somewhere to sleep at night. It provides you clothing on your back that you're able to go to work in. You're able to go to sleep. You're able to work out in, to perform your daily activities to what makes you you in your daily life. It helps you. Money buys you food. I know that there are low, cheap ways to manage to bring your grocery bills down, but still successfully eating properly during the day, like properly eating 3 meals a day, getting all of your nutrients, and getting your 2 or 3 snacks a day. My friend told me that I try to spend $200, but I typically go over and spend about $300 a month on groceries. She spends $80 to $100 on groceries a month. And I'm like, holy fuck, girl, how the fuck are you doing that? And she's just like, you don't need to apparently spend so much money on fucking groceries. Like, holy fucking shit. And, like, I've been looking at, like, how much money you're spending on foods that your body doesn't need, like takeout. I'm also 300 plus money, so let's say between $30 and $70 a month on fucking fast food, like takeout, because I'm too lazy to cook. Or, you know what I mean? Buying the more expensive version of, I'm vegan, so buying the more expensive version of beans or the more expensive of rice. Everything still gets you like the same thing, but I guess like how you spend your money. So I'm like, shit, girl, you gotta teach me on how you're spending like $80 to $100 and still able to get what your body needs in a day. So I'm like, ugh. And I'm actually like ready for this journey. If this will mean that save me an extra $100 to $200 a month, that'd be fucking fantastic. You know what I mean? And going through expenses of like subscriptions, I don't need. Like, for example, it kind of sucks, for one, canceling the gym membership. I love going to the gym, but at the same time, it kind of like fucking sucks canceling it. But with the pandemic, I kind of got like used to working out at home. I don't have to leave the house. I wish I did have like some gym equipment at home, but I love doing like those videos on YouTube, to which are fucking free, and yoga or going for a run in stairs. And it snowed here. I live in Ontario in Canada, so it snowed here. I'm also like super excited to like when the snow melt. Well, for the snow, you get to go walk in the snow, so that's kind of like a different cardio on its own. And I'm excited for when the snow does melt to go for fucking bike rides. You know what I mean? Like, I'm slowly learning that you don't need to spend like some. I mean, it's nice to go to a gym, but like with the fucking pandemic, like it's fucking ridiculous. So last year you went to the gym January, February, and March, about 3/4 of March, and then the gyms were fucking closed till like what, July, end of July, August-ish, yeah, more like August, and then they were closed down again by like fucking Christmas. So like, yeah, you're not paying for the gym in those times, but like at the same time, it's like, well, you kind of like learn to work out on your own and different ways to work out, try and succeed to working out in general without having a gym membership. So it's like, ugh. fuck the gym. So there's one subscription, and to be honest, for Amazon, I used to have like Amazon Prime. Canceled that one too for the same kind of reason. Um, I have like Netflix, and I mostly watch Netflix, and I don't. Prime has like that Prime TV, but I don't really watch Prime TV, and the only reason why I had gotten Prime was to order shit and it would come in faster. But if I only order something once or twice every few months, so you're essentially paying an X amount of dollars just to have something shipped for you. I don't know. I think I would just rather pay the fee to have it shipped and let it take a fucking week to get here. I mean, it sucks. I'm used to like ordering something and the next day it's here. But yeah. And then like, yeah, so canceling shit that you don't necessarily fucking need. Like, if there's an alternative that is either cheaper or let alone fucking free, why wouldn't you use something that's like gets you the same results but free? You know what I mean? So, because like in today's day and age, like nobody has fucking money. You know what I mean? Everybody has bills to pay, rent to pay, mouths to feed. So, like, you don't need so many subscriptions just to get, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can get it for fucking free, get it for fucking free. Boom. Done. Right? To, speaking of free, and subscriptions, unfortunately, for a little bit, I'm not going to be able, if you listen to this on like maybe Apple or something, Apple Podcast, if you would like to go on to YouTube and listen to this on YouTube with the same name of It's Whatever Right, that would be actually fan freaking tastic if you could take your all of everybody who has subscribed to me outside of YouTube, if you all can come to YouTube and subscribe there and listen to your lovely podcaster, me, on YouTube, that would actually honestly be fucking fantastic, and that would honestly help me out so much. I enjoyed, I don't know if I'm able to, because I pay like a subscription to to get the RSS feed ish. I don't know the terms, in order to get my podcast up on Apple Podcast. I'm not going to pay the subscription anymore. If there's a free one, feel free to come to YouTube and tell me how to get this feed for free, and I'm able to post it on Apple Podcast. That would be fucking fantastic. Because yeah. But anyways, I think I had like another topic to talk about today. Besides the fact that I think that at the end of the day, money's actually fucking bullshit. And besides the fact that money doesn't bring happiness, but in my opinion, I think it does, because it pays for my rent and it pays for food and it keeps me from being homeless. And it buys my puppy food and keeps him healthy and happy. So money does buy happiness. But at the same time, money also like fuck shit up. Because like if you don't have enough fucking money, you go into debt, and then that debt goes into collections, and collections hounds you and sues you until you are nothing left. The brighter note, um, money has also taught me that you should not rely on anyone else to provide it. Okay, this is going to sound like so fucked up, dark, and twisty, so don't take this the wrong way. But money has also taught me that you should not rely on other fucking people. Um, because people can fuck you over, and then you have to pay the consequence. And when it comes to money and fucking up with money, money does not care. Money does not have feelings. It's an inanimate, I think I pronounced that wrong, object where it does not fucking care. If you mistreat money, money will go away and it won't come back. It will literally just give you what you deserve and then shit in your fucking cornflakes. Money is like the mob. You don't fucking piss it off, because when you piss off fucking money, money is going to bite you in the fucking ass, and then there will be fucking consequences to pay if you fuck money over. And at the end of the day, you don't have anybody else to blame for why money is fucking shitting your cornflakes but your fucking self. Hopefully you have learned from today's podcast as much as I have in life lessons of money buys happiness, money buys houses and food and keeps you warm and safe at night. But if you liked this podcast, feel free to come to YouTube. If you're already here on YouTube listening, I thank you very much. Always feel free to subscribe here on YouTube, like, and share so everybody else can share the same experience as you have. If not, it's whatever, right? But I will talk to you next time. Hopefully my next video is lighter and it's much cheerier than today's dark and twisty podcast. But I will talk to you later. Bye.